is we're just carbon farmers. So hemp takes up the CO2 and it uses the carbon to grow, it needs carbon to grow, and it extrudes the O2, the oxygen. I breathe in the oxygen. When I expel CO2, the plant takes the carbon up. Some of it goes up in the atmosphere and that becomes part of the cycle. But hemp loves lots of carbon. Basically all plants need carbon to grow, they can't grow without it. So when we talk about carbon being a pollution also, it's just rubbish really, it's just part of the cycle. Just we pick up too much carbon and put it in the atmosphere, this plant can take it back out again and we can sequestrate it using biochar. Welcome to Virgin Hemp Farms, 3 minutes to save the world. If I had 3 minutes to save the world, I'd make lots of biochar or charcoal. We're going to take this bamboo which I've biocharred and we're going to make it into a fish habitat. Welcome to the aqua hemp system. Some of the most important animals I have in here are red core clayfish, rainbow fish, snails and mussels. So what they do is they poop in there. The poop is no good for the plants, so we put it through our biochar that we're making out there, and that turns it from a nitrite to a nitrate because it's full of hundreds of millions of little bugs. It's like a Hilton hotel for bacteria and fungi. When that water passes through my system, through my aqua hemp system, and basically what happens is it flows out the other end beautiful and clean. I've stripped all the nutrients, and in the middle of that we've got some little woofers that helps the plants grow. And basically what happens here, we're growing carbon, we're recycling the carbon into the system to make all the nutrients to get the system going, so we don't have to bring in nutrients and fertilizers from all over the place. We're actually making more fertility in the garden than we actually need to, so we can export carbon and we can export fertility out of it rather than bringing it in. What we've got here is our biogas system. We basically use some really good material. This is water hyacinth, and this was grown in our pond, and it keeps the pond nice and clean. The fish eat it as a food, and put that in our biogas system. Basically what this system is, it works like your stomach. There's food in there, it's anaerobic, there's billions and billions of bugs, they fart and then make gas. So the gas goes in this tank and then we go and use it for cooking. So what we can do with that plant then is we can turn it into most of the products that we totally consume from petrochemicals and mining. And by doing that we lock up the carbon. For example, this shirt is just carbon that's locked up in my shirt. If I turn that into biochar at the end of its life then and put it in the soil, it's locked up in the soil for thousands of years, so it actually reverses, it brings down carbon out of the atmosphere and locks it back in the soil.